We have a really important conversation to have on Sunday. It's about a friend of mine, Yuval Noah Harari. And Yuval and I have never hung out in the world. We passed by each other, if you will, in adjacent spaces in Israel and in some other spaces. We have some mutual friends, but don't know each other directly. And I want to say three things. One, I think that Yuval has become a popularizer of some of the most fundamentally destructive ideas in history. Yuval hasn't formulated those ideas, meaning they're not his ideas. It's not a kind of an original formulation. He's more of an echo chamber for a certain kind of moment in culture, which is actually dominant in many of the legacy institutions, either explicitly or implicitly. And there's a reason that he's become kind of a Silicon Valley darling and a kind of legacy institution mainstream darling, because he actually is an intelligent echo, parrot, echo, articulator, of those positions. Now, I can't emphasize enough the amount of long-term fabric damage that set of ideas is doing. That it's telling a story that is insidious, undermining, and ultimately maybe the greatest cause for suffering, perhaps in the history of the world, and could actually be root cause for existential risk, meaning for the death of humanity or for the death of our humanity. Now, having said that, we need to know how to engage each other. So having said that, I look forward at some point to sitting and having a great dinner with Yuval, and I'm sure he's a good man. So this has nothing to do with any kind of demonization of Yuval, which I've seen in a bunch of places online. Yuval's not malevolent, right? He's a good, wonderful man, I'm sure. And I'm sure he's expressing these ideas from a place of his own full integrity. And we need to honor that. We need to learn how to have discourse, meaning I can say everything I just said and say, oh my God, I can't wait to have dinner with you, Yuval. And his husband, 𝗟𝗃. And I'm sure he's an intensely beautiful and profound man. And his arguments are so fundamentally, and his arguments are, again, an echo of a particular philosophical tradition, which he's not engaged as a philosopher, but he's become an important echo of those traditions in the halls of our legacy institutions that form policy, that his particular echo of these ideas is particularly insidious, occasionally funny. Yuval, occasionally funny. I give you that. But ultimately just unimaginably destructive to the very fabric of who we are. So I'm going to have a little conversation with Yuval. I'm not directly, but he will be speaking directly. His image and voice will be there. And we're going to talk about maybe 9 different ideas. I'm going to share with you, or Yuval will share with you, actually. Yuval will share with you directly his own articulation of these ideas. And I want to respond to each of them, because this will actually tell us what it means to be in a new story of value, what it means to move from Homo armor to Homo Amor, what it means to be awake and alive and madly in love. And madly in love includes madly in love with people that we vociferously disagree with and think are doing massive damage to the ecosystem of humanity. We're madly in love with them. And so I don't honor Yuval in a perfunctory way. I honor him for real. And I would defend to the death his right to express those ideas. Right? Does everyone track that? So that's the conversation we have to have. It's a critical conversation. We're going to be looking at 9 just incredibly important short snippets, and we're going to have a wild conversation about what it means to be alive and what it means to be Homo Amor, the new human and the new humanity together as a band of outrageous lovers in a unique self symphony, standing for the evolution of the source code in this time between worlds and this time between stories. Thank you for being there. It means an insane, enormous amount for you, yes, specifically you, me, for us to be there. Let's be there together. Thank you. 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 Thank you.